Let's see. Good morning. Hello, whoever. Good morning from the garage. So I'll do like a what the hell's going on this morning. Checking some news headlines. Let's see. Where am I? We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. There we go. There's me live. 5 people watching. I have to turn the volume down. Good morning. T. Think clever and smart. Trying to figure out how to turn my damn speakers. There we go. Now we got it. Hey, Jason. Hey, from the UK. We got people from all over the place. It is, time are we at here this morning? 10:03 a.m. in Texas. We got a big wintry, well, I think they promised a lot more than what we really got. Let's see. Go back to some news here. Seeing what happened this overnight. Nothing. Nothing but political crap. Okay. Hey, Caleb. Anybody see any news this morning worth talking about? Trying to find something. I'll show you the weather outside here. Let me do that real quick. Got my laptop on here, checking headlines. Let me give you weather. Hey, Sean, Cincinnati, freezing rain and snow here today. Yeah, it got down last night. Let me go show you outside here real quick. Quick weather update. Here's what we got overnight. A bunch of freezing rain. And I believe it's about 20 degrees outside. So I figure this is going to be an inside day. Let me flip it back around. This is going to be an inside day. And see what everybody else is up to today. If anybody else is snowed in. I'll give you an update here. If I can do this without hitting a button on the camera. How about a knee update? There we go. We are in a leg brace today. Got the news that I have a torn meniscus in my right knee. Not sure what that means exactly. Waiting to get in with somebody next week and they can give me a little bit more an idea what to expect with that. Healing time, limitations, whatnot. Good morning, Detroit. Good morning, Caleb. Good morning, Sean, Jason, TCAS. I'll bet the difference in Sweden and here is that y'all aren't like under like panic buying, clear the grocery store shelves lockdown mode like Texas does. That's kind of what happens here, you know, whenever we get a little bit of snow. Everybody goes into panic buying. I was at the store yesterday to get a couple of prescriptions. I didn't want to wait 8 in line, so we're going to go ahead and get them another day. But I got a couple of things while I was there. But as I was in line, the line just kept growing and growing, and people were panic buying. The shelves were empty. The meat was gone. The dairy case was emptying out. The bread aisle was starting to empty out. But people panic. So what's everybody up to this morning? Let me see. Yeah, they told us yesterday it was going to get down to like 20 or so by evening. We're supposed to have snow all afternoon. Turned out to be like maybe drizzle all day. We got, by the time we went to bed at midnight last night, it still was just drizzling. We didn't have any rain at all. A Cruise Hinge Deco. Oh, is it the, talking about the bowling pin? This one right here? My Canadian friend Ron sent it to me. I can look at the label if that's what you're asking and get a closer look at it. I'm looking at my laptop here. Oh, the traffic light. I'm sorry. Let me see. It's something I bought, I don't know, about 4 years ago off Craigslist. I guess I've been hanging in a restaurant. Let me go over here to it. I can actually, let me flip the camera around here. Been doing some work in the garage this week, rewiring all the cameras. Since we had the Scoremore wouldn't connect the other day, the rear camera wouldn't work the other day. See, I've got the switch on the wall, traffic light. I got a neon clock here. Turn that on, that's pretty cool. But I've got everything wired up on the wall here. Let me see. You might probably know more about this than I do. But I've wired it up with a computer board that I could buy online. And that actually, you can program it, whatever type you have, it actually makes it function. I wired up the red and the don't walk together, the green and the walk together, and neither on yellow. But I don't know any markings on it, so if you know anything about it, I'd love to know more about it. It's just something I saw and thought, what the hell, I'll buy it. Hang it up, wire it up, program it up. Ugh. All right, myself back in position here. Aaron is busy inside. He is doing a Kelly Clarkson taping today where he's going to be one of the TV screens in the background. I'm not sure when it airs, but I'm sure he'll talk about it. And hello, in flight. We got people from all over the world watching this morning. Thanks for tuning in. We're under a citywide shutdown today because we got freezing drizzle overnight. Yeah, we went to bed at midnight last night. It was still just raining. It was right at 32 degrees. The temps just wouldn't fall. And then finally, we went to bed, woke up this morning, and it looked like it's been sleeting all night. It's just freezing rain. The snow is still just above the Dallas area, the actual snow itself. So right now we've got nothing but sleet, but that's just creating a big mess. I would have had to work last night except for the knee. I've got to get in and see a specialist next week, figure out what to do with a torn meniscus. So I'm wearing a brace that Aaron actually had to wear when he dislocated his kneecap. It was a freak accident about 5 years ago, and he just leaned over to point at something on the ground and his kneecap popped over to the side. I've got some graphic pictures showing him. It's hard for me to even think about him, but he's got a cool leg brace though that I'm wearing. I don't know if y'all saw it a minute ago. Let's see here. Let me flip it around. There we go. It's like 2 titanium plates hinged in the middle. You can lock it if you need to, but the knee is definitely swollen all in through here. I can see some swelling in here compared to the other knee, but definitely not normal, which we knew there's someone right. I was wearing a knee brace, if you noticed, the last couple of weeks, and even last Monday night bowling. And then Sunday I was in the garage starting to rewire all the cameras, and I guess I stepped and turned at just the wrong spot and felt a sharp pain and immediately got stuck. I was standing out here. I couldn't put any weight on it, and I had to step up on the approach to get to the door. Of course, I'd taken my phone out, which was back right about there, but on the other end of the lane. And all I could do was stand here. Aaron was inside. I was like banging and making noise for like 10 minutes. He couldn't hear me. Couldn't hear me either when I was yelling. So Finally, after about 10 minutes, I snagged the chair that I'm in now with a hammer that was near me, pulled the chair over, and then rolled up the lane. There's a 6-foot level. So a bunch of stuff I dug out that was kind of pushed under the lane. I pulled all the cables out, rewired everything. But I was able to use the 6-foot level, get my phone, drag it down to me, text him, said, help me get inside. And the next day was better, and today I can actually walk on it. There's no pain or anything. But, 1940s, still as a glass lens, is very common in Texas. Yeah, I found a bunch of replacement lenses, the walk and don't walk lenses. I've got them, I think they're up in the attic. But one of them was broken, and I was actually able to find somebody selling about 5 or 6 each. So I've got like several pair extra for the traffic light. That's what we're talking about with Detroit. And I replaced the one that was broken, so now I've got some spare ones. So 1940s, that's cool to know. So how much snow do you have up there, Sean? Did you say? I think you said. Yeah, snow and freezing rain. Ah. Cruise hens deco style. I'm going to have to keep notes on that. That's cool. Aaron's coming out to say hello. He can open the door. You can at least say hello.
Hi.
Aaron says hello. He can come out here on camera, but he can't get past me. Otherwise, he'd come out here and join me on camera. So
I would, but this is what you get.
Yeah, this is what you get. Like I say, he's going to be doing a Kelly Clarkson taping back in his office here in a little bit. I think it starts in about half an hour. He's done a couple of these before where if you watch Kelly Clarkson, there's all the TV screens in the background. He signs up for it. It's been pretty easy for him to get in on it. He's done a couple of them, but it's about a 2 or 3 hour process. Let's see. Hey, Jimmy, how are you from Akron? I was just up there with Mike back in August. We stopped by, it was a bowling club. I can't remember the name of it. We drove around. It looked like almost like an old movie theater out front. We drove around, parked in the back, went in, and they're in a meeting or something. We were too chicken to knock on the door. But it would have been cool. They had star shields, I think, from what Mike was saying, and we almost went back to see it. But, of course, he texted, and somebody responded after we left, but we were already on our way up to Riviera Lanes. Went in there. I did a video on that. If you hadn't seen it, it's kind of cool. It shows, I kind of stole a video from somebody and kind of meshed in some of the 1970 Firestone with current today and kind of back and forthed it and kind of showed what it looked like then, what it looks like now. If you look at Garage Bowling Alley on YouTube, which is where you're at now, scroll down the videos. I think I've got some playlist, Bowling Alleys Visited. I think it should be in that one. If not, just scroll down the videos back to August, which is about 6 or 7 months ago, I guess. And look for the one from Riviera Lane. It's pretty cool. Mostly ice, which is about what we've got here. Raining last night and snow all day. Yeah, so far we're just getting like freezing rain. It's like sleet, basically. We're not really getting... They promised us a bunch of snow, and it was supposed to be like, oh my God, Snowmageddon. But really hadn't happened. Usually the don't walk sign would flash for a few seconds before the traffic light changes. When you do the 8 conversion, well, the hell was that? I don't know what I just heard Aaron doing in there. I don't know. Maybe we got some frozen water lines or something, and he just tried to run the hot or something. I don't know. The only problem with the 90-degree over travel, I do want to do the 8 conversion and put in the 90-degree over travel, but we have to do an update on the score more, because right now the score more has a switch that makes the score right at about 45 degrees, which 45 degrees, okay, if you know the pin setter, 0 is when the deck is all the way up, and then at 90 is when the deck comes down. 180 is the deck's back up. 270 the deck is back down. 360 the deck is back up. On second ball, if you do the 90-degree over travel, you advance to 90 degrees on the gearbox. Right now, the score is scoring at 45 degrees. So I need to hook up a dual switch, and I've already talked to TCAS, who is watching this morning, and we're gonna, I guess he's gonna try to incorporate a dual switch. It's called a 44-144 switch. Back in when I remember the Astroline scores at Don Carter's when I was a kid, I was bowling up there. They had the old Astroline scores. If you ever seen them, they're pretty cool. Mechanical nightmare, from what I understand. I think they ran off 220, which amazes me that Don Carter East, where I bowled, was 52 lanes, so they had 26 of those monsters plus 52 lanes. And when league started, you hit all the light switches or all the on-off switches and turn on 52 lanes and 26 scores. It had to be a mechanic or a electrical draw on this grid out there. Hard to believe, but anyways, they operated off a 44-144 switch. So right then, as the deck comes down about halfway is 44, which is right where the deck is just about to touch the pin. So you want to score right there, which is at 44 degrees. And then the same at 180, the rake will drop. Aaron's getting all duded up for his on-camera appearance. So if you go 90-degree over travel, you pass the 44, but then the rake will drop, and then right about 144 is right when the rake sweeps. And then right at 180 is when the sweep or rake is all the way back. So you want it to score about 144, which is halfway between 90 and 180. And that's right as the rake starts sweeping. So that way you score at the last second. Yes.
You can say you want to be on the TV show, but you can't say
Okay. He's going to be on a TV show, but I can't say which one or what's going on. So,
I didn't say nothing.
anyways, so yeah, if you go the 90-degree over travel, you have to have two switches, a 44 and a 144 switch. So I'd have to have it incorporated where it sweep right as the rake starts sweeping, which is 144 when it will score. So I got to incorporate two switches on the score more, which I don't have now, but it can be done. He said he's going to work on that one, I think. And then I've got to run another set of wires to the pin setter, to the Arduino, which is, I have a truck parked here normally, which is, let's see, right there. If you look, that metal cover, that is where the Arduino is that runs the scoring system for ScoreMore. I've been rewiring everything, so I've got stuff taken apart, but that is where I finally had issues when I first put in the ScoreMore, I guess with the long cables, that I was getting electrical interference, I was getting like a lack of signal, and I moved everything from the back to the middle to the front to the back to the middle, and finally the best location was having the Arduino up here right at the foul line, and it's been working good ever since, but I got to run a second switch to it. Tournament of Champions end of this month at Riviera's. Oh, good. That's cool that they're going to be back at Riviera Lanes. Hello, BA Elevators and More. TCAS, we talked about the 144 switch thing so long ago, I can't remember if I implemented it or not. I'll have to check my emails again. I don't think you had, because we hadn't talked about, I think I explained why you had to have the 44-144 switch, but unless you did it, you didn't tell me that you did, but I am not ready for it yet. I need to do that. So, hey, if you do, I could work on that today because of the snowmageddon that we're having here in Texas, and I'm not going anywhere anyways. I'm actually able to walk. I can walk with this thing. My leg doesn't hurt at all. So, I don't know. Torn meniscus, if you're just now joining us, is what I've got with my knee. I think it was already torn or something before because my knee was swollen and very painful. I couldn't like bend the leg like to put a sock on or a shoe on. It hurt too much to bend my leg. So I knew something wasn't right, but then like I say, Sunday I was out here working and I guess I stepped and kind of turned a little bit and sharp pain. I didn't feel anything tear or anything like that, but I don't know. So that's why I was at bowling Monday night, and I watched, and you listened. Let's see. Is there a galvanized collar on the chute on the pin setter? I think I saw something like that. No, this is something somebody did many years ago. This pin setter evidently is put in the Riverside Baptist Church. I was told about 1980 by the maintenance guy is what he thought. I don't know how accurate that is, but they put in a 4-lane bowling alley at the Riverside Baptist Church in Fort Worth. And the pin setter, wherever it came from, was heavily used because you can just see a lot of wear on like turret wires and things like that, and the snubber. So it got used quite a bit. But when they got it, it looks like somebody did a complete, because I took the clutch apart, the gearbox clutch apart, and it looked like it was all brand new quality pin setter parts on there. Quality's the brand. And so somebody, I guess, when they put the pin setter in, did a full clutch overhaul, and then the machine just never got used. They had the 4 lanes, evidently didn't use them much, if any, and for almost 40 years. So it had to have happened before that. But yeah, there is a galvanized collar on, I think, the 7 and the 10 pin buckets. I'm guessing maybe the buckets were tearing, and I don't know if it's something somebody marketed back like in the 70s where you could put this collar around the bucket to keep the chute from tearing or what. But this on there, I've just never taken it off. The bucket looks like it's in good shape, so it's just kind of one of those things that was on there when I got it and never seen it before. Along with the oil pan that I got, it's a different oil pan. Instead of the narrow one, it's wider, and it's got like a little baby jar on the bottom of it. So all the oil collects in the bottom, it'll drip into the jar. So if you need to, if you get an oil leak, you can look in the jar, see that it's filling up full of oil, or if you need to change it, you can just take the jar off, dump it, put it back on. It's kind of neat. I put that one on there. I took the regular oil pan off. Not sure how common or uncommon that is. Let's see. Probably didn't understand how I'd implement it then. Yes, I want to work on that today. I'll be able to make the changes today or tomorrow. Okay, then I'll work on a 44-144 switch today. I think I've got a spare cluster. If I don't have the one on here, I may have. Hang on a sec.
Trying to get you some water.
Okay. Just listening for Mama there. Yeah, we're yeah. How did you get in Oklahoma? Yeah, we got nothing but like freezing rain overnight. As I say, at midnight we went to bed and it was still drizzling and it was 32 degrees and we were teetering right at 32. Went to bed, woke up this morning and it's finally down in the 20s and everything's white outside, but it's just like sleet. We're still not getting snow. They say as the day goes we're supposed to be dropping and the snow's supposed to be picking up. So, but Dallas is pretty much shut down right now. Everybody went into panic buy mode yesterday in the grocery stores and bought everything off the shelves because 2 days worth of snow. Everybody might starve to death. So when are you going to replace the ball return and make it underground? Not going to happen. 2 things. I like having the above ground. It's kind of cool. But second, I don't have the ability to go underground. I don't think. You know, it might. I might could get one, but I just kind of like having the old. Yeah, the only other problem then is the. Hang on, give me about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves.